My tastes are very singular. You wouldn't understand.
Enlighten me then.
I am ready.
I am Billy Carpenter. It has been a long time, but I am joined once again by my main man, Sam Damasio. Sam, how are you this evening?
I am doing really good. I am excited to podcast once again with my man Billy.
Yes, we were just discussing before we hit the record button that it had been probably like 6 to 8 weeks since there's been a true 4CR podcast. There's been a lot of Under Duress. We've been gone so long, Sam, there's now an offshoot of Under Duress. And, of course, Gator Pit is, still bringing the goods each and every week. And, but here we are, Sam, the original flavor, Four Corners Radio.
We ain't extra crispy, but the original recipe.
Yes, indeed, and, shout out to Dylan for calling us the dynamic duo, Sam.
Batman and Robin.
That's right. The dynamic duo. A lot of stuff happening, Sam, since the last time we got on these here microphones. And for those of you who may not remember, because it's been so long, or if you're listening to us for the first time, very, very quickly want to just let you know, like I said, you can find this on iTunes, on Stitcher, on Spreaker, on YouTube. There's probably a couple other places you can find us as well. And of course, the website, 4crwrestling.com. There is a little embedded playlist right there in the middle of the screen, and you can listen to all the shows I just mentioned, including this one. I think it goes back to the beginning of time, because we've been doing this now, Sam, for 2 full years plus.
Holy moly! Started the Raw round table, and now we're here.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's been a long time. It feels like forever since I was trying to record shows on my iPhone.
Those are the times. I remember you and Aunt always on your devices trying to record the shows.
Yes. It's a good time. I was kind of sad because we didn't get to do anything for the fifth anniversary. What am I thinking? the second anniversary this year. But everybody's kind of busy these days doing their own thing. But we're all still together. We're all still kicking it, and it's going to be another good year, I think.
Yeah. Killed it once again.
Yes, indeed. Sam, since we were on last, the Royal Rumble has come and gone. It went, I think, as the way most of us expected it to, with Roman Reigns coming out on top. A couple of things that, maybe people weren't ready for, like Daniel Bryan being in there, probably for about a cup of coffee. Among other things, but we're on the Fastlane, as they say, to WrestleMania, as the Elimination Chamber is gone. As of this recording, tomorrow night, WWE Fastlane live on the network, headlined by Roman Reigns taking on the aforementioned Daniel Bryan, Sam. And later on in the show, we will get to we'll sort of do our own prediction. I know the Gator Pit, those guys did a prediction show this past week for Fastlane. But real quick, Roman Reigns was so hated after the Royal Rumble. We had the the quasi movement that was canceled WWE Network. It was more like just a hashtag than a movement. How do you feel about Roman Reigns at this point, like a month later, possibly still headlining WrestleMania this year?
Kind of is what it is at this point. It's really weird. Just the whole situation. WWE backed themselves into a corner to the point where they couldn't really make a right decision after the Royal Rumble. They committed in one direction, and then they decommitted, and now they just are running one of the worst programs up to a main event of a pay-per-view in a while, making both Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan incredibly unlikable characters, and the saving grace is that the last thing that we saw of this entire situation was actually good feud advancement. So I don't mind if Roman Reigns wins, I guess. I don't mind if Daniel Bryan wins. I don't care as much. I don't care.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing that I was afraid of when Daniel Bryan. I mean, it wasn't his fault that he was gone so long, but it doesn't have that same organic fire that it did the first time with Daniel Bryan. I still enjoy him, absolutely, but I don't think we as a whole are as rabid as we were, last year heading into WrestleMania. I actually, I wouldn't mind if Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns was the WrestleMania program, because they've done a good job, I think, sort of building up this tension over the last few weeks. Like I said, the closing segment on Raw kind of got me interested in Fastlane finally. So I think they've done a good job building that versus building to whatever the title program is going to be, in 36 days from now.
Yeah, I think what we saw at the end of Raw is more of what I wish we would have seen since they announced that this was happening. Because everything in between, it lost me. I don't want to watch Raw, because I know, even when Daniel Bryan is going to be a focal point of the show, it's going to be some dreaded stuff. I cannot deal with not liking Daniel Bryan. It just makes me hurt in the inside.
Yeah, it's just, he was kind of dickish this past Monday. I don't know. It was weird. It was just really weird. But it is what it is. I actually think he'll get a good match out of Roman Reigns. I don't think it'll make our list 2015 when December rolls around, Sam. But I think it'll be good. I don't know, man. I guess they're doing what they can with Roman Reigns. Like you said, they backed themselves into a corner. They got to do what they got to do. I think people started turning the corner on the Raw that wasn't really Raw. You know what I mean? When they had this big snowstorm.
Yeah.
And they had to sort of improvise. Even though, he got fed lines or whatever. I didn't take the time to go back and check for that. But, yeah, I know what we're probably getting at this point is either, Reigns versus Lesnar, or possibly a triple threat match. I don't know. Either way, I'm still standing by my prediction that Seth Rollins will cash in at the end of the night.
Very well could happen. Would not be surprised.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's been carrying that thing around for a while.
I can tell you what. It's not going to be Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania.
No. Maybe that briefcase has pictures of that how do you say her name? Zara Schreiber?
Oh, I'm not going to even try it. I can barely pronounce my own name, let alone hers.
She's a tasty dish. Or as Taz would say, she's a tomato. Is that what they say around Binghamton and that area?
No.
Call it,
no, that's not what we say.
Tomatoes.
No. But I did learn what let the pigeons loose meant for the first time. And I never got it after years of hearing Taz say it. Didn't understand it at all. I consider it a very Taz-ism. And now, someone explained it to me like a month ago, and I'm like, it takes on a whole new meaning. And I'm surprised that they said that for years.
Indeed. And even, here's some non-wrestling news that has happened, Sam, since the last time we were on the air. But it's big enough to mention. At least I think so. Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao finally going to fight on May the 2nd, Sam. Are you going to be watching?
Probably not, unless someone's going to pay for me to watch it. Because I don't got $100 on me. I just don't.
Yeah, I'm debating. Here, I still think Floyd Mayweather's going to win. So he can put that next to WrestleMania winner, on his resume. I want to know, I want to see his stats. If they don't include the knockout of the Big Show, I think I might be upset. I have to call into question this whole thing.
That was a shoot, that match. That was a real shoot. I don't want them calling bullshit and not including that in the stats. I want that in the highlight package.
No kayfabe there, brother. He has to come out with like that fat guy that Big Show knocked out, too. I can't remember if that was in the build-up or if it was at the actual show.
I think it was at the actual show.
Yeah. That was a great moment, him tossing Floyd Mayweather over the top rope. I dug it. I don't know. It was fun.
It was a hell of an attraction match.
It was.
I really liked it.
It really was. I like Mania 24. That was a good show. Yeah, the Edge and the Undertaker, which I think gets glossed over quite a bit, but I thought it was a damn solid match. Speaking of the Undertaker, Sam, is he coming back this year for WrestleMania 31? I have to assume that Bray Wyatt this past Monday was talking about the Undertaker, which has been rumored for a couple of weeks now. So 2 questions. 1, is the Undertaker coming back? And 2, is Bray Wyatt the man he should be facing?
Yes, and sure, why not? I definitely think that's who he's going to be facing. Should he be facing him? Well, I don't think he should be coming back, but he's coming back. So why not Bray Wyatt? I don't know if Bray Wyatt can be rehabbed at this point, but why not try with the Undertaker?
Yeah, I haven't given up all hope. And they've done a lot of shit. They sort of sacrificed Dean Ambrose for Bray Wyatt. But I didn't really get super hyped on him again. I guess I'm not really super hyped on him again now, but I liked his showing in the Royal Rumble until, the Big Show and Kane just sort of nonchalantly, laid him over the top rope. But,
the Royal Rumble. What a dumpster fire. That is just... imagine the thought that went into that match. Yeah. A big focal point in that match is Bray Wyatt being a wrecking crew, which makes no sense out of the entire universe of WWE unless they're actually going to build him up. And then what they have happen? Big Show and Kane just completely take care of him, no problem whatsoever. This whole guy that probably could have been built up with the Rumble, he means nothing.
I read somewhere that Jamie Noble may have booked this, and I have a hard time believing that Jamie, by God Noble, would have put together this garbage.
I'm calling bullshit. Real hard.
Calling bullshit. Maybe somebody hit Joey Mercury in the face of the ladder again, and then he booked the Royal Rumble.
That's what happened. He was bloody. He couldn't see what he was doing. Pens going everywhere.
It was a bad time, man. That was the worst Royal Rumble, I'm going to say, since, 1999. Is that the year Vince won?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm going with that. It's terrible. It was terrible. From the structure to the eliminations to the, like I said, basically wasted Bray Wyatt, who had been built up through the match. It was just terrible. It was horrible.
I think Dylan Hale said it might be one of the worst booked matches in the company's history. Because
I probably would agree with that.
it's an hour long, and